Does it mean we're live?
I don't know.
Dude. Stop. Alright, down. Go. Come back later. Stop. Maniac. No idea if I'm actually live again, because things don't seem to be working. Oops. Yeah. Think this is working now? Ugh. Looks like it. I'm gonna move this over to here. Move that up to there. So, let's get rid of a logo. And I am here. I don't know. Things didn't seem to be working again with OBS. I don't know if it shut down and erased stuff or what. All right, it does look like it's working though. And now how do I get like a link to share? What's this? Share. Of course, that's what the share icon is. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of sculpting. I don't know what time it is. 8. I'm not happy with any of the faces that I plan on doing a mold of, which is just these two guys. Let's see if we can put them in front of the side camera. these two. And I think I did, this one's the second time I've sculpted this one. I totally wiped out a head and redid it. I still don't like them. I don't know why. Uh, excuse me. And I do have my, whatever, face cam going again. Uh, looking sideways at monitor uh, monitor I use right now. I have a tiny little monitor in front, which you can see from the other angle. Let's put that over there. It's a little chilly down here, so let's put this goofy thing on. Ooh, watch out for the other camera. There, I don't know. Whew. All right, let's finish sharing this in a couple places, I guess. Do, it goes. Don't mind me while I enter at your mind. Click there. New post. Just had a brain fart. Here we go. Do 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 do. Let me turn down my music. That's good. Heh heh age. Can anybody hear tunes? Let's go over here and close that. This is what I use on a tiny little computer that's way over that way. I don't have the leg clearance to put in like a pullable keyboard. I tried like a foldable keyboard at one time, and that was a pain in the 80s. And I ended up finding this thing, and it works. Good enough. I'm a person that actually types, so it does drive me slightly cuckoo. But and I don't remember if I did this, so I'm doing it again. And then we're gonna continue where my stream of thought was before. Okay. Oh, you know what? I do think I did that twice. All right, put that over there. So yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I'm not 100% thrilled with the two heads I have going on here. Because these are going to be made in silicone. They're going to be, like flesh-like. Oh, oh, he almost solved my problem. He fell in my lap. Let's get this light on. So yeah, I'm not like totally thrilled with either of these two heads. I mean, I don't know why, but I'm not. So I was thinking of sculpting another head today. We did just paint this guy last weekend, so he's really ready to get put on a doll form. This guy's ready for a doll form. Move. And what else? I made these eyes to use in the new sculpt. Let's see. I was in the middle of doing too many things. This is the voice box for my dragon uh, hatchery. I thought I had a file off of that. I thought I had a file in here. It'd be easier just to grab another file. Huh. Ow. All right, let's grab another file. I know I got a file somewhere that'll work for what I'm doing. So yes, I cast these this morning before I went to my 9 to 5, and when I got home, I popped them out of the mold and I screwed these little eye hooks in place. The purpose of the eye hook is for material to catch and latch onto, because these are going to stay inside the mold and create an eye socket. So that eyes like this can go in there. So I want to get one head that I'm happy with to do my mold with and do the silicone head with. Uh, do like this design. So no, I'm good. Thank you. So I got this head on his form. I kind of dig it. And I tried to make a copy of this in monster clay, and I made it way too large. So I don't know what happened. Come here, Holden. So I'm going to try again to make another head like this. Holden. But hey, buddy. Want to say hi? Hey. in the middle of something. I'm in the middle of something. So, all right. I was going to do another head in Living Doll because I do need another OOAK head. Uh, but I think I'm going to try and do the Monster Clay one because I really want to try and get this mold and stuff done ASAP. These are some of the new dragons that will be in the hatchery. Ow, so strong. All right, bud. I'm going to have to kick you down to the ground. All right. Ow. All right. Don't show cat butts. That's inappropriate. Where'd my microphone go? That's it. All right, buddy. This is why all of my art has animal hair on it. Yeah, yeah. You wouldn't think that this cat gets attention almost 24/7. All right. Can I put you down now and do something? All right. Down. Nope. That's not down. That is down. Yep. Yeah. All right. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, these. I got to put these into the hatchery. These are all some of my first round of castings in my production mold for these guys. And they will live in the, they all get put into little eggs. And when you go into the hatchery to grab an egg, you'll pick one randomly. And the sound box is part of the hatchery. Uh-oh. So let's see here. I'll put it on. I'll have some dragon sounds in there. Uh, this will live in the box with the little motion sensor. And I took this out because I needed to redo the Velcro. I used this crap you kind of use at Christmas time or whatever to hang something temporarily. It was crappy. So where did I do that? Back. So I made this and cut it out on our laser table. And let's get rid of this crappy one too. So at my 9 to 5, I grabbed some better Velcro with like industrial grade adhesive. And I'll be using that to attach the speaker. And then also, oops, and then also the little sleeve here will get attached to the wall so I can just slide this in and out. Future Steve can do that. Hello, Dave. These are also going to get put into a mold to go with whatever head I end up deciding to mold first. Let's just put you there. All right, let's keep being wishy-washy. This is Monster Clay hard. We're going to use that for the sculpt. Hey, Dave, that music I can hear, can you hear that? Or is it quiet enough to where some licensing person isn't going to give a crap? Oh, leaving. Oh, you said hello quickly. I just leaned forward and saw the quickly part because it was behind the arm on my. uh, uh. Alright, we want that. Gonna want that. We're gonna want this. Probably will want that. I don't know what I do with my razor blade. I think I have an X-Acto in here. There it is. Oh, good. If you don't hear music, this microphone's pretty good. It really just catches my voice. It doesn't catch things going on out and around the room. Wow, this stuff is, uh, it's its namesake. Firm. All right, I need to soften this up in my hand for a little bit. I should just do one in Living Doll because it'll be quicker. Oh, where's my heat gun at? We're going to heat gun. Soften it up a little quicker. Could run up to the microwave, but I also have a coffee cup, coffee warmer cup thing holder thing. What was the classier idea you threw at me, Dave? If you're still there. So we're gonna try and do a goblin-like face. Yeah, that's what it was. I'm playing The Cure live somewhere. So it's nice to know that I can play some tunes and the microphone doesn't pick it up. What am I doing? Live at Belfast. Oh, you know what? I also want to sculpt a little face, which I lost. Oh no, here it is. So I made this little face sometime or another last week, or maybe it was this past weekend, um, for another project I have uh, in my head. Uh, I have a bunch of little leaf molds that I use for various things, and so I made this little leaf pocket. I didn't paint it or anything, so it's still in just the black craft foam. But this head I made before the leaf mold showed up, and it's still a little too big to be sitting in this size of a pod. So I need to make a head that's still slightly smaller than that. Back in the day, you could put clay on top of a monitor and it was warm enough to warm it. So I'm still fiddling around warming clay up and getting it on this block. Once we get that covered, it's like Annabelle here. Once we get it covered, we'll figure out some eye placement. I got this guy sitting back here for me. You can't see him. I'll use some calipers. I could try and replicate this little guy's face because I actually kind of like him. Maybe I'll do that. Oof. This little gnome guy that I made two versions of him that go in this little mug. What camera do you look at? Anyway, I kind of dig the size of that head too. Sold. I think I'm going to do that. I think he's going to be the head we're going to make instead of that other goblin. I think. I don't know. Let's see. How hard is that? I'm going to put some monster clay up on top of my old desk lamp. This desk lamp is something I sculpted with or used when I was a kid. Probably not even in my teens, I bet. It's just a really old desk lamp. And it was my dad's, I believe. I had the ballasts replaced and a couple other things done to it to get it working again. Probably spent more money on it than I should have to make it work again, but sentimentality won. I'm gonna keep this guy here. Well, I guess I won't. I'll move him back here so that camera can see. Let's move that down. So I can take measurements off of it. I think the hands I made, where did I just put them? How those hands look for him? Like too big for him? I don't think they're too big for him. I think we're going to do that. And then the next one, because I'd like to do 2 of these bodies with silicone art doll heads. The head I showed you earlier is made out of living doll. It was living doll mixed with green Fimo or some other clay. And then the head's back here, hiding. He's living doll also. Hoping this weekend, I have no idea what's happening this weekend. Hoping this weekend to get that head and some hands mounted to some armatures. I got the armatures already made. Hello, Thistle. All right, we basically got this aluminum foil covered almost as I look at the bottom. I think I'm gonna take a walk for a moment here and talk. Hold some of this clay in my hand. Warm it up to make it a little easier. I'm gonna need to get a box because I think I want to try another mold next time I pour silicone. This was a test mold I did for these. For the way I did it, the glass isn't flush to the top of this. So that means these are a little shallower than this. So, I'll take you on a walk with me around my basement. That way, you know, when I trip over something, fall, and break a hip, I can yell for help and somebody will be like, hey, we got that. Call help for that guy. I survived. So, I actually used a jewelry box last time I did the eye. Shove that into my finger. It took me until just now to kind of realize that those were a little shallower. I just saw that. I could tell that the height wasn't right. So I'm just gonna glue some. I think last time I had monster clay in the bottom, and I'm gonna guess it sunk into the monster clay slightly, thus making it a little tinier. So if I just use glue, this is just fabric glue, it'll work just fine. And tomorrow or Saturday, I do need to get a mold done for the what am I doing a mold for? Dragons is. All right. Does anybody know if YouTube actually uses the hashtags if you add them to your description? It says I have 2 views, but I think it's me as one of them. Let's see. Oh, what have I done? Nope. I somehow moved control panel. Now it's stretching 2 screens. So now I have to fix that so I can see my screen again. Hey, that'll work. Do 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 do. Close that. Minimize that. And go back to what? The Sam Hill. What was I not using right? All right, this is soft. Time is it? Not what I want. Not what I want. Still not what I want. Again, not what I want. Huh. Oh, it's out here already. Silly me. All right. So, Let's see. Looks like he's gonna have bug eyes. So I can take these guys and do this. I could do the outside of the eyes if I want and kind of try and match that up. These guys are pretty far apart compared to where I could try and guess the centers. Pretty close. So they do need to get a little bit farther apart. Oh, hello, James. Thanks for the quick hello. All right, so we're just gonna fatten up this face. I still need to add bark texture to this guy too, so I might do a. I gotta do sculpting this weekend, so maybe I'll do a live to. Hey, move. Stop. Wait. There we go. Uh, I might do a live sculpt maybe this weekend then. I gotta work on Ravenwood Castle stuff also. They placed an order, so I gotta get a bunch of their dragons done. Again, this is Monster Clay Hard. I should find my coffee cup warmer and use that thing. All right. Let's call this little guy back here a gnome. I think one of the things I still want to try and do is use some silicone and some little micro bubbles that I bought and see if I can make like a beer foam. Put it on top of his head like a hat. All right, just slap this over here though. And then I'm going to use the calipers and see if I'm making this head the right width. Monster Clay Firm to me is something I like using a little bit more than medium or soft. Just because I have a tendency of doing things like, ooh, oops, I'm a klutz. And the Monster Clay Hard, when it's not being handled a lot, we'll take a drop on a nick or without actually making the net dent. Whereas Monster Clay Soft, do I have some? This is soft. This is just really, like, I could really squeeze it with my thumb right now. This is really soft. Monster Clay Hard, I'm not doing anything. Do it. On the other hand, I could warm it up a little bit and it becomes easy to work with. All right, looks like chat messaging is going on in this little window over here too. Really. All right, let's just measure this guy's melon. It's basically the same right now. So that's good. Das ist gut. And I don't see where I put my sharp, pointy thing that draws blood. And put it into the collection of pointy things that can also draw blood. Which I think I did a week ago. Glitter. Had this stuff sitting on top of my lamp. Think tonight I'm really just going to get this guy's face roughed out. Let's see. Oop. Just lost the pointy part. This X-Acto knife is also really, really old. Here we go. What have I done over here? So this guy is going to get used to flatten a couple spots for those eyes. We dodged the ice again today, Dave. We were supposed to have another snow slash ice event. Did not happen. A little bit of snow. Nice. I'm so sorry that you're having another ice event and we didn't get it. I still forget that I have that camera there. I got rid of the still shot and put the camera of my face there. So let's see here. I'm going to guess the chat ray under analytics for YouTube means there's two people that have chatted. Oh, that's what we were supposed to have, but it didn't happen. The snow to ice to rain. The snow and the ice were supposed to be like 2 o'clock this afternoon, and we had some of the snow, but it never turned into like ice, and now it is kind of raining, but I went to go pick up Casper from work, and it was really just water. It's also not, could be because it's not cold enough. It was like in the upper 30s today, and even when I went out at 7:30, it was uh, still not freezing. It was like 34 or 33. All right, just putting in material here for our chin. This little guy that I'm replicating back here. Really just gives me, for analytics, it gives me like a current views chat rate, which is now zero. Zero. See, did I just throw some sort of sign? And views 8. I think views 8 just means, I don't know if it actually means somebody clicked on it or just showed up on somebody's YouTube landing page or. Yeah, nah. The monster clay maker guys one time asked what people's preference were for their clays. I was like, man, I prefer the original, the hard rating, but soft does have its place as well. And I've accidentally made medium because I mixed materials afterwards in a crock pot. So there's that. Let's see here. Maybe we'll scale away a little clay with. No, I can't really do it. Aluminum foils there. Back off. Back it up. Let's throw in some clay around the outside of the eyeball plug. Not sure what you would call that. Eyeball plug? Sounds like a good name, doesn't it? All right, let's see here. We're gonna do a big bulbous nose on this guy, so let's do round one of big bulbous nose. Do do do. looks all right. Should I get his anal as using calipers and measuring the nose? I need somebody that just watches where I put stuff while I'm doing things. Like, where did I just put my yellow calipers? I would have thought I would have just dumped them back in here, but in fact, they're out here somewhere. Huh. Since I know that I just randomly toss things places, I know I have another pair. Oh, they fell. I just couldn't see them. Here, we'll measure a caliper. Ready? Caliper nose. Boop. Caliper nose. Boop. Oh, I got room to grow on that one. All right, we're gonna keep that nose like that. I don't want this face to look like the stretched, the way I did the faces for this guy. It's wider than that. This guy's got a pretty much, I don't know what you would call that face. It's not round, but I don't want to. I don't want to imitate that face. I want to imitate this face. So I got to keep eyeballing him, and part of that look is, I guess I'm all right so far. So I'm gonna add material in now for the eyes, around the eyes, embed the eyeballs. Um, do a little test to see how big I need to make them. So that's pretty close. I could probably add a tiny bit more. So I'm gonna make 4 balls of clay this size. 4 balls of clay, that size. Ugh, what time do we got? 9:04? Yeah, I think about 9:30 I'll cut out. I'll go pour another color of dragons and shut down or reboot. We'll see about showing back up this weekend, do another live. Current viewers 3, but then the other spot says current viewers 2. Who's the other viewer? Come on, say something. Come on. Maybe. Something. Or not. Whatever. All right. We got 1, 2. That's still too big. 1, 2. That's still too big. And I'll show you what I do to lay out clay there. Also don't want to make a guy like this face. When I did this lip, let's put him here. Billy Bob Thornton. Crap! All of a sudden the movie's out of my head. What's the movie called? Sling Blade. Made me think of Sling Blade. All right, taters. I'm surprised nobody did a Sam Gamgee and Sling Blade parody. Or is there one? All right, this still needs a little bit, but that's all right. All right, so I basically take a ball, whoop, come back out of there. I take a ball of clay, I'll roll it out like that on one side, so you get that shape. And then depending on what I'm doing, I might sometimes put it this way. I, I will be putting it this way though. Like that. And do that again. Apply pressure and roll out. And I usually call this a raindrop or tear shape or ice cream cone shape. Sometimes it's a really long cone. So again, drop that there, about halfway down the circle of the eye. Yeah, that one I still need to roll out more. Don't. Let's see now. Yeah, that's good. And then it will probably usually kind of look a little angry when you're first starting it, but this material is really kind of creating the eye socket. So it will get tweaked. Back down to one concurrent viewer. Oh, I see. Different verbiage. Concurrent view. No, both of them say concurrent viewers. Whatever. Technology. I'm streaming in a younger man's game. Thank you, James. I find creativity or creating or whatever, a lot of it is just repetition, doing something over and over again. That, of course, finding joy in doing it. If somebody doesn't give a rat's patootie about painting or sculpting or anything, then there's really no sense in doing it. But if it brings you joy, if you like to do it, um, it really becomes just repetition, giving you the skills to do something quicker than, the longer you've done it. I mean, I'm 54, so technically if I shut up and just did this, I'd have a face sculpted in about an hour. Ah, Dave might have had to make a run. I've known Dave for a little while. So now I'm just kind of, this monster clay hard is warm, so it's letting me push it around a little easier. Uh, Before it starts to get back to room temperature, I'm kind of just pushing it around here. Again, this is all just clay I'm laying out to eventually get to that guy. I'll lay all my materials out, then I'll start the sculpt. Sometimes the layout of the materials. Oh, there you are. Hello, David. Uh, Sometimes the layout of the materials really will end up dictating uh, my sculpt. I don't work off of drawings that I've done or anything like that. Just generally, I have something in my head and try to make it shake it loose out of my head. Um, Sometimes it works, other times it doesn't. Some people don't have uh, the patience, I guess. I know my partner, Jen, when I look at this, actually, right now I don't see in my head where I'm headed, but very often my head will have the image. Like when I was doing this little guy, I knew what I wanted, and it was a matter of starting to make the clay look like what I wanted it to look like. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Other times there's a happy mistake along the way. So we're gonna, I'm trying to balance material now. I see how I have his forehead, and right now I can see I'm gonna have to add some material up here eventually. Back of his head is gonna need some stuff, but we'll worry about that once we get his jawline and all that other stuff settled. I do need to get some lip material on here before I do the cheeks, so I'm going to do that. I think. Let's see. Got this up here. Yeah, it's a little warmer. Let's switch. Oh, I just realized I hit recording, so I've been recording this. That explains why I've heard my raid below me cranking away. If they were solid state drives, I would have no clue. But they're old school. All right, so we're gonna add some material to the jaw. Over top of this jaw, and over top of that, we're gonna make the lips now. So I'm probably gonna roll out a couple of materials just as trials for fit. And where's the other guy that's basically the same? This was my beta test. I have a second build as well. That's for sale. He'll go to shows. This guy. This guy's for sale. Uh, but he's basically the same concept, design-wise. I mean by that. Uh, so I tried to do the same look, so they look like the same type of critter. So we're gonna do these two guys. That's what this head is supposed to look like at the end. Supposed to. All right, let's try and roll out some material. Again, I'm warming it up between my fingers. How's the camera views if Dave and James are out there? Is it good having the side camera and my over the shoulder? And I added the show my mug fit camera because people kept telling me people want to see what you look like. No, nobody needs to see that mess. But hey, all right, so this is good. We're gonna lay that out there. Do the same thing for the lower jaw. I'm still gonna, oops. Oh, sure, well, that'll happen. No mugs get in the way. There. Oh, oop, he fell. Where should I put him? I'm gonna put him in between my camera arms, I think. It's such a mess. There. I can still see the chat window. Thanks for the input, James and Dave. Yes, sometimes. These two mug guys, and this is going to be a one-of-a-kind art doll. Or one-of-a-kinds. Uh, this little weasel is going to be a casting. So I'll make a mold of him. So I do both. Uh, I used to just do OOAK, one of a kinds. Uh, and then when I started kind of do shows, I uh, I wanted to have some better price points for people, lower price points than one of a kinds generally bring. So I started to learn how to do molds and castings and stuff probably about 10 or so years ago. So like this is one of my guys. He doesn't have his eyes installed. It's a gift giver goblin, or I mean gift giver dragon. He can hold a little die in his hands. As you can see, this guy's going to kind of be the same. This little elemental weasel. Originally, he wasn't going to be, but then I figured it'd be better to give him a slight purpose if I wanted to. What else do I have down here that are castings already? I have a casting of the imp that I used scrap material with. This is a new model for this year. He'll get painted red and stuff. This is just, I had green from when I was doing dragons. And I didn't want to waste it, so I poured it into this mold. So he'll get painted red, and I'll dry brush and do a bunch of other stuff to him. What else? Oh, I got a bunch of my dragon keepers. Also painted, waiting for eyes. These are for gamers to keep their dice in, or counters, or if you play Magic and you do chip counting or chips, or anything for gamers. I don't think I have anything else. This is a Ravenwood Castle piece. This is the master model for a dragon that I made. This is their logo. This is actually their castle. It's a bed and breakfast castle in Hawking Hills, Ohio. I was going to be possibly doing another mold for it. I just finished a bunch of castings for them, and I got to get them finished this week to go off to their gift shop. So I do a combination of one-of-a-kinds and castings. I do my own molds and resin castings and all that kind of fun stuff. All right, we're gonna roll out some material to apply down here to the lower jaw. I should see if there's something I can put under here to make this guy stick up. There. There. Oh yeah, my gift goblins. I gotta get back to casting those. I think I need to make a new mold. I tried to do a one-part mold and it was a disastrous idea. Too many angles. Hard to get the resin to flow good. Yeah. Ah, I'm up in northeast Ohio, Cleveland. So I do shows up this way, and I'll be at Dragon Con in this September, end August, September. I'm hoping to get back into the Ohio Renaissance Festival. Hope, 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 hope. Uh, I did that this past year for the first time. All right, Canton. I know a lot of makers down in Canton, artists. Let's see here. Let's take another piece of clay off of the top of my light. I have a sister down in Hartville, which is down toward Canton. I suppose if you're from Canton, you probably know Hartville. All right, so now we're gonna add a couple of pieces. Let me get my pointer finger out. Pieces of clay here and here to do cheeks. Let's do a test size for one. That's not bad. Yes, the Hartville Flea Market. And what's the hardware store? The giant hardware store. I met Dave years ago when he was local. No, like the Ace, Ace, uh, uh, the hardware store, the big hardware store by the flea market. I can't think of it. It's just a giant store. It's like partial living rooms and houses in it. Although I have not gone to it since it did its remodel because anytime I go down that way, it's usually a holiday season. Oh, you guys weren't in Ohio at that time? All right. So this is kind of working. Time is it? 5 minutes, Mr. Mouse. And then I gotta get out of here. All right. That's not horrible. I'm trying to get things up, matched up. Eyes aren't looking really matched up right now because I kind of don't have them balanced. I got dips down here, but once I start shaping and moving stuff around, we'll get it worked out. Let's see. Oop, just turned my music off. That's all right. I guess it's just called Hartville Hardware. It's right by the. I had to look it up. It was going to drive me nuts. I kept going, no, it's not Tractor Supply. No, it's not Ace Hardware. It's just Hartville Hardware. It's a big old store. I never knew you did that ride for the odd shows, Dave. I just came from Cleveland. All right, I just adding some material to the face right there. And I'm gonna, since I have some clay that's a little warm, I'm gonna add some material up here. And then I need to add and start putting stuff in place for chin. Ah, I'm not familiar with the coins and collectibles. It probably was over by what the market over there. All right, let's see here. I am going to just add a little mass here. Do the same thing on the other side. I didn't get quite as much done as I wanted to because I had to fiddle around with YouTube Studio again. All right, so let's see here. That's not bad. I'm gonna throw some material in for the chin. I used to do a show in Canton at that museum. I think it was an art museum and like a little event hall. Ah, I keep saying ah after I read stuff like somebody knows what I just read. I saw your comment, James, about where the coin place used to be. My sister's been there a long time. Long time. All right. So I got quite a bit to still do on this face. I don't know what I just said. A lot to still do on this face. Is that what I said? Let's see here. I feel like the forehead needs a little work still on here too. So we might end up adding a little more to the brow. Still need a little to this chin. If you look at his chin, it's a little squarer than this guy. Let's turn that up a little. Yeah, those eyes are creepy. Blue. All right. All right. Well, James, if you give my channel a like or a subscribe, that'd be cool. I usually do live sculpts this time of year, at least. Try to do it at least once a week. It's usually on the weekends, however. This time of year, it's usually on the weekends. When shows kick back up more for Jen and I, she does shows, I do shows. There's shows that we both do together. Once that happens, then my weekends are taken and I start doing live sculpts in the evenings on weekdays more often. So right now I'm just rolling out some material because I know I want to build up this brow a little bit more. So I'm kind of just going to tap in some clay here. And do the same over here. And maybe I'll smooth it out before I go, if I find the tool. Tool. Where are you at? There you are. This is a bigger, broader tool that I use a lot for smoothing. I use that side often. This is usually the tool that I use the most for cleaning and sculpting. But when I have material that I'm kind of just trying to merge together, I'll use this broader stroke piece. This reminds me of one of the things I can't do with monster clay because monster clay hard when it's at room temperature, you can't really smush it and push it around as easily. Like, what face was it? Where's he at? I don't know if it was this guy or not. It might have been this guy. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing a face. Uh, I did the sculpt. I didn't really like it. I was going to trash it, but I ended up taking my fingers and flattening it, smushing the face, and it ended up looking pretty cool the way it reshaped. Uh, so that was a happy accident. All right, so I gotta forget sometimes that I need to put this on the camera. So this weekend, what are we? Tomorrow's Thursday already. This weekend, I'll probably try and do some sculpting on Saturday. I don't think I have anything cooking. I need to do some painting, so I'll probably paint some dragons so I can get that order to Ravenwood next week. And I need to get that mold done for the new hatchling baby dragon. It goes on top of, do I have one here? Nope, I don't think I do. But it goes on top of a different dragon. They kind of, so just getting all this stuff pushed around and worked out. Feel like, well, once I get his ears in, he'll look a little more like the other ones. This side of the face is a little more, uh, it's a little deeper. I can tell this is deeper than this side. So I'll need to tweak that. We'll see. And we need to do a little to his chin, but we'll worry about that once we start doing the lips. She's just about ready for his lips. I'll probably have to do a couple of other tweaks once we do the lips too, but he's not looking horrible. I do need to slightly make his nose a little more bulbous, I think. Yeah, well, thank you, James. All right, it's 9:37. I'm past my checkout time that I was going to give myself. So, thanks, James, for finding me and for sticking around. And Dave, thanks for showing up too and giving me a watch. I'll have to see if I can maybe set up some sort of sculpting class quick or something and sell some seats. That's not bad. I'm kind of digging what I got cooking on this one. He looks very similar to these guys. He needs his forehead worked out a little bit more, but he's, yeah, I'm not displeased with how my random act of sculpting is turning out. I'm just gonna place this bit of clay here. I really do need to stop. All right. I didn't quite do what I wanted it to do, but that's all right. It's not a horrible result. I'm just gonna eyeball these two guys and try and keep him looking similar. They're not off. They're not horribly off. Need to do a little filler on either side of his cheeks. Pop some tiny ears on his head. And reshape the back of his head a little bit. Give him a little, put some material in for the neck, and that'll be it. All right. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, James. Thanks, anybody that watches this later. Feel free to leave a comment and give me a like, give me a follow, give me a share, give me a subscribe. That's what it is on YouTube, a subscribe. Give me a like and subscribe. All right, I'm going to go log off myself too. And have a good night, all. Good day, good morning if you're watching this later. All right, I'm going to go. Toodles.